out of the way.
It's so
Yeah,
annoying.
it is annoying, gotta say. For us, it's only like mute.
You are who?
You sound gross.
Who's everyone? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب من شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب من شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. ربي أعوذ بك من همزات الشياطين وأعوذ بك ربي أن يحضرون. ربي أعوذ بك من همزات الشياطين وأعوذ بك ربي أن يحضرون. ربي أعوذ بك من همزات الشياطين وأعوذ بك ربي أن يحضرون. أفحسبتم أنما خلقناكم عبثا وأنكم إلينا لا ترجعون فتعالى الله الملك الحق لا إله إلا هو رب العرش الكريم. ما يدعو مع الله إلها آخر لا برهان له به فإنما حسابه عند ربه إنه لا يفلح الكافرون. وقل رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. فسبحان الله حين تمسون وحين تصبحون وله الحمد في السماوات والأرض وعشيا وحين تظهرون. يخرج الحي من الميت ويخرج الميت من الحي ويحيي الأرض بعد موتها وكذلك تخرجون. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. سلام على نوح في العالمين إنا كذلك نجزي المحسنين إنه من عبادنا المؤمنين. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. اللهم إني أصبحت منك في نعمة وعافية وستر فأتمم نعمتك علي وعافيتك وسترك في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إني أصبحت منك في اللهم إني أصبحت منك في نعمة وعافية وستر، فأتمم نعمتك علي وعافيتك وسترك في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إني أصبحت منك في نعمة وعافية وستر، فأتمم نعمتك علي وعافيتك وسترك في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إني أصبحت أشهدك وأشهد حملة عرشك وملائكتك وجميع خلقك أنك أنت الله، لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك، وأن سيدنا محمدا عبدك ورسولك. اللهم إني أصبحت أشهدك وأشهد حملة عرشك وملائكتك وجميع خلقك أنك أنت الله، لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك، وأن سيدنا محمدا عبدك ورسولك. اللهم إني أصبحت أشهدك وأشهد حملة عرشك وملائكتك وجميع خلقك أنك أنت الله، لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك، وأن سيدنا محمدا عبدك ورسولك. اللهم إني أصبحت أشهدك وأشهد حملة عرشك وملائكتك وجميع خلقك أنك أنت الله، لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك، وأن سيدنا محمدا عبدك ورسولك. الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا يوافي نعمه ويكافئ مزيدا. الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا يوافي نعمه ويكافئ مزيدا. الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا يوافي نعمه ويكافئ مزيدا. آمنت بالله العظيم وكفرت بالجبت والطاغوت واستمسكت بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم. آمنت بالله العظيم وكفرت بالجبت والطاغوت واستمسكت بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم. آمنت بالله العظيم وكفرت بالجبت والطاغوت واستمسكت بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبسيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم نبيا ورسولا. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبسيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم نبيا ورسولا. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبسيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم نبيا ورسولا. حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم. 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 اللهم إني أسألك من فجاءة الخير وأعوذ بك من فجاءة الشر. اللهم أنت ربي لا إله إلا أنت، خلقتني وأنا عبدك وأنا على عهدك ووعدك ما استطعت. أعوذ بك من شر ما صنعت. أبوء لك بنعمتك علي وأبوء بذنبي فاغفر لي فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت. اللهم أنت ربي لا إله إلا أنت، عليك توكلت وأنت رب العرش العظيم. ما شاء الله كان وما لم يشأ لم يكن، ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. أعلم أن الله على كل شيء قدير وأن الله قد أحاط بكل شيء علما. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من شر نفسي ومن شر كل دابة أنت آخذ بناصيتها إن ربي على صراط مستقيم. يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك أستغيث ومن عذابك أستجير. اصلح لي شأني كله ولا تكلني إلى نفسي ولا إلى أحد من خلقك طرفة عين. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الهم والحزن وأعوذ بك من العجز والكسل وأعوذ بك من الجبن والبخل وأعوذ بك من غلبة الدين وقهر الرجال. اللهم إني أسألك العافية في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إني أسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة الدائمة في ديني ودنياي وأهلي ومالي. اللهم استر عوراتي وآمن روعاتي. اللهم احفظني من بين يدي ومن خلفي وعن يميني وعن شمالي وأعوذ بعظمتك أن أغتال من تحتي. اللهم أنت ربي. اللهم أنت خلقتني وأنت تهديني وأنت تطعمني وأنت تسقيني وأنت تميتني وأنت تحييني وأنت على كل شيء قدير. أصبحنا على فطرة الإسلام وعلى كلمة الإخلاص وعلى دين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم نبيا ورسولا. أصبحنا على فطرة الإسلام وعلى كلمة الإخلاص وعلى دين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وعلى ملة أبينا إبراهيم حنيفا مسلما وما كان من المشركين. اللهم بك أصبحنا وبك أمسينا بك نحيا بك نموت وعليك نتوكل وإليك النشور. أصبحنا وأصبح الملك لله الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم إني أسألك خير هذا اليوم فتحه ونصره ونوره وبركته وهداه. اللهم إني أسألك خير هذا اليوم وخير ما فيه وخير ما قبله وخير ما بعده وأعوذ بك من شر هذا اليوم وشر ما فيه وشر ما قبله وشر ما بعده. اللهم ما أصبح بي من نعمة أو بأحد من خلقك فمنك وحدك لا شريك لك فلك الحمد ولك الشكر على ذلك. سبحان الله بحمده عدد خلقه ورضاء نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. سبحان الله وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضاء نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. سبحان الله بحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. سبحان الله العظيم وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. سبحان الله العظيم وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. سبحان الله العظيم وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. سبحان الله عدد ما خلق بالسماء. سبحان الله عدد ما خلق بالأرض. سبحان الله عدد ما بين ذلك. سبحان الله عدد ما هو خالق. الحمد لله عدد ما خلق بالسماء. الحمد لله عدد ما خلق بالأرض. الحمد لله عدد ما بين ذلك. الحمد لله عدد ما هو خالق. لا إله إلا الله عدد ما خلق بالسماء. لا إله إلا الله عدد ما خلق بالأرض. لا إله إلا الله عدد ما بين ذلك. لا إله إلا الله عدد ما هو خالق. الله أكبر عدد ما خلق بالسماء. الله أكبر عدد ما خلق بالأرض. الله أكبر عدد ما بين ذلك. الله أكبر عدد ما هو خالق. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم عدد ما خلق بالسماء. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم عدد ما خلق بالأرض. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم عدد ما بين ذلك. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم عدد ما هو خالق. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك له الحمد يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير عدد كل ذرة ألف مرة. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك له الحمد يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير عدد كل ذرة ألف مرة. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير عدد كل ذرة 1000 مرة. اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد مفتاح باب رحمة الله عدد ما في علم الله، صلاة وسلاما دائمين بدوام ملك الله، وعلى آله وصحبه عدد كل ذرة 1000 مرة. اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد مفتاح باب رحمة الله عدد ما في علم الله، صلاة وسلاما دائمين بدوام ملك الله، وعلى آله وصحبه عدد كل ذرة 1000 مرة. اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد مفتاح باب رحمة الله عدد ما في علم الله، صلاة وسلاما دائمين بدوام ملك الله، وعلى آله وصحبه عدد كل ذرة 1000 مرة. Assalamu alaikum everyone. As we turn to Surat Yasin, there is a request for dua for a dear young friend whose parents have passed away, subhanAllah. Okay, so parents passed away. Her name is Layla. The dad is Ghulam Hussein Jan, and the mom is Ishrat Jahan. And it seems that the parents have both passed away. It didn't necessarily say the cause, like, is it COVID-19 or what? But I mean, it doesn't make a difference. The parents have passed away, and the daughter, Layla, is all alone now. So they're making the request if we could do what's called Isal al-Thawab, or that we donate or give the Thawab of Qira'at Surat Yasin today to the parents, and that would make this young lady happy and feel good about things. So why not? We can do that for sure. So we inshallah do that by simply making the intention in our hearts and saying that we intend the thawab of the following recitation to go to the parents, and who are again Ghulam Hussein Jan and Ishrat Jihan. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون اللهم إنا نستحفظك ونستودعك أدياننا وأبداننا وأنفسنا وأهلنا وأولادنا وأموالنا وكل شيء أعطيتنا اللهم اجعلنا وإياهم في كنفك وأمانك وعياذك من كل شيطان مريد وجبار عنيد وذي بغي وذي حسد ومن شر كل ذي شر إنك على كل شيء قدير اللهم جملنا بالعافية والسلامة وحققنا بالتقوى والاستقامة وأعذنا من موجبات الندامة إنك سميع الدعاء اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا وأولادنا ومشايخنا وإخواننا في الدين وأصحابنا ولمن أحبنا فيك ولمن أحسن إلينا والمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات يا رب العالمين وصل اللهم على عبدك ورسولك سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وارزقنا كمال المتابعة له ظاهرا وباطنا في عافية وسلامة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. If you all remember yesterday, we talked about Uthman Taha, and we said that the Naskh script in which the Quran is written is known as the Naskh script. It's a script that's old, it's famous, it's a well-known script. It's not something he invented, but he has in it some innovations which he brought about, which you won't find elsewhere. And he brought it about for the simple reason of wuduh, clarity. That's what calligraphy is about. I mean, it's about clarity. It's about making something clear, right? Making it simple. And in the Arabic language is a language of teeth letters, right? So we have, unlike many other languages, we have letters that are all about teeth, and that it's just the dots over the teeth that separate. So we have ba, ta, tha, sin, sheen, noon, yeah. So that's 7 right there that are solely based on teeth. Okay, there's nothing different between them except the amount of teeth or the dots on the teeth, or no dots, right? At noon, if I forgot that. And so one of the things we said is, let's take a look at this word right here, fastabaqu. It's 2 teeth in a row, but look how it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teeth in a row. 3 letters, 5 teeth. Look at how he differentiates between the teeth. So the scene, they're all pointing upwards, northeast almost. The ta is way up, and then the ba, he applies this bump, right? Rather than a whole tooth, it's a bump. Okay. I want to show you something else that's very interesting, which you won't see a lot of this. It's around in the 40s. Don't get too dizzy here when I go up and down. All right. Here it is. You don't always get fa and qaf, or qaf and fa after each other, but look at how he just doesn't give you 2 loops. He separates them. He elevates this qaf. Okay. He elevates it. So by separating the height of it, your eye just doesn't get dizzy. Because if it was just loop, loop, your eye would just sort of like, you'd be seeing too much of the same thing. So he makes sure to separate them by elevating this qaf. It's just such a small thing that you wouldn't realize, but you would realize it. Have you ever seen kids write Arabic? It's like all the teeth are exactly the same, and then it's loop and a loop, and it's just like you don't even know what you're reading anymore, right? So it's constantly about differentiating the similar letters, and Arabic is unique in this, which believe it or not, for teachers say that it's not good. Okay, they say that the Arabic language is harder for kids to learn because the differences between the letters are what they call local differences, which is that it's only the dot that's different, as opposed to a global difference. The global, they call it, for example, the meme and the elif, they're completely different. They don't even look similar at all. Okay. However, the ra and the zain that we're pointing to here, it's the same exact thing, except one localized difference. So in the English language, I can't think of a single pair of letters except for maybe the T and the F, right? The T and the F, they're the only 2 letters I could think of in the English language that are the M and the N. That's actually a better example. The M and the N is the same exact letter, except one is 1 arch, the N, and the M is 2 arches. Okay. And then maybe the T and the F. But other than that, the R and the A, the S and the Q, they're completely different letters, right? So their form is completely different. Whereas here, the form is the same. So he's constantly trying to differentiate for you. Okay, if you look at this 2 memes, again, he tries to elevate one over the other. Okay, not much you can do between the ra and the zain, right? But that's the point, and that's why if you look at this page, it's naskh. And naskh is like as we said, there's a lot of Quran written in naskh, but he has little tiny innovations in his script, in his style of writing, that makes it unique and makes it easy to read. And that's why when you look at this page, this is Uthman Taha's page. You will not find the naskh copy of the Quran look like this anywhere else, right? You will not find it look like this anywhere else. Now, give a little treat. We have a little video on Uthman Taha, and you get to see who he is, and you get to see about him and a little history. Okay, so let's meet Uthman Taha. Okay, here we go. Let's meet Uthman Taha and see who he is and what he's all about. Okay. All right, here we go. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let's meet Uthman Taha. Now, hopefully there are no commercials here, because let me tell you, I mean, you want to know the state of Muslims? Just open up YouTube, right? You want to know the state of the Ummah? Open up YouTube, try to watch an Islamic video. The first thing you're going to get is a commercial about a child in Yemen, right? And you're like, okay, miskeen, I wish I can donate, but I'm just going to watch this video. 2 minutes later, earthquake in Kashmir or something, all right? 2 minutes later, another commercial, you know, the Rohingya. 2 minutes later, a child in Somalia or something. It's just a travesty. You watch YouTube, right? The commercials just give you the status of the ummah, which is travesty. That's, you know, nothing less than that. In any event, that's not our purpose, but hopefully there are no commercials here. So let's enlarge this screen and fill the whole thing. How do we do that? Fill the whole screen and check out who is Uthman Taha. Here we go.
أبغى أسألك سؤال ممكن؟ مين عثمان طه؟ مين عثمان طه؟ ما تعرف عثمان طه؟
مهندس.
مهندس؟ لا.
هو شاعر؟
الشاعر لا مو شاعر، هو بيهندس أمور أخرى بس مش معمارية. So who is عثمان طه؟
أو مسؤول.
هو عنده مسؤولية ضخمة جدا، يعني شخصية معاصرة، هو عايش حاليا. شوف يمكن لمحت اسمه في حتة. هلا.
جوارحي مشان
في التليفون. عارف. الله يكرمك، حياك.
يا
شخصية معاصرة، هو عايش حاليا. شوف يمكن لمحت اسمه في حتة. هلا حبيب، هلا وسهلا. الله يكرمك، الله يكرمك، حياك.
يا ماما خليك مع أحمد الشقيري.
ولدك يحبك، مسميك القمر في التليفون. عارفة المعلومة دي؟
الله يحفظك يا رب.
نسألك سؤال سريع، تعرف تجاوبي ولا لا؟
شو؟
طيب، مين هو عثمان طه؟
مين ايه؟
عثمان طه.
هذا الخطاط المصحف.
ما شاء الله، انت ولدك علامه، هو علامه وانت علامه. ترى الواحد بيقرا القران، شوف سنين ما عمري فكرت انه هذا ترى خط يدوي، يعني كنت محسب صراحه انها يعني خلاص كمبيوتر وفونت موجود وانطبع وانتهينا، لا، طلع هذا الخط اللي قاعدين نقراه احنا، واحد شخص انسان قاعد خط القرآن كله بيده من أوله لآخره. فالمصحف الشريف، المصحف المدينة المنورة، لما تفتح من الخلف حتلاقي مكتوب بعون الله وتوفيق تم طبع هذا المصحف، وبعدين في الأخير الخطاط عثمان طه. هو ده، هنقابله أول مرة أقابله. بسم الله. السلام عليكم. حيا الله شيخنا، اهلا وسهلا، كيف حالك؟ ان شاء الله بخير.
مرحبا.
كيف امورك؟ ان شاء الله طيب، الله يكرمك. الله يكرمك. عثمان طه، يعني سبحان الله، الواحد يشوف هذه على طول كذا مغناطيس يد تقبلها، لانها يد يعني قضت اكثر من 30-40 سنه في كتابه المصحف.
كتبت القرآن بجميع الروايات حوالي 12 نسخة، كله خط يد. والله أنا عشقان الخط، ما يهمني التعب، يعني أكتب حتى أتعب، حتى أحيانا أنا بكتب الخط القلم على الأرض. متعة. أي نعم.
الشغف متجسد فيه، شغفه في كتابة المصحف.
لا يهمني الدنيا كلها، ما يهمني، أنا والخط.
أنت والخط
بس.
عندك طقوس معينة قبل لا تبدأ؟
أنا ما كتبت صفحة من المصاحف اللي كلها إلا على وضوء. نعم.
فالمصحف الواحد تقريبا كم ياخذك وقت كتابته؟ كم ياخذ وقت عشان تكتب القرآن الكريم كاملا بخط اليد؟ أسبوعين خط اليد؟ طيب حقك كمواطن انك تقول شهرين، 6 شهور، سنة ونص، 9 شهور، 6 أشهر، شهرين، شهر، أسبوعين لا صعبة، أسبوعين شغلة. How long do you think it takes to write the مصحف؟
2 years.
2 years. يلا مين يفوز فيكم انتوا الثلاثة؟ تحدي بينكم. سنتين. سنتين.
3 سنوات.
3 سنوات.
نعم.
عمل يومي.
عمل يومي.
الحمد لله.
بالنسبة لكتابة القرآن، يعني الإنسان المؤمن اللي يؤمن بالدين وبالآخرة ويؤمن بوجود الله، القرآن مخيف، صعب، يعني خاصة عندك وصف الجنة، وصف النار، وصف الجنة مرتاح. أنا بحب إنه ما تخلص الآيات، يوم تجعل على جهنم وعذاب جهنم وكذا كذا كذا، شو اللي بترجو؟
سبحان الله.
بعرق. أنا عادة ما بعرق وأنا بحس على حالي.
شيخ عثمان، دحين في يعني اللي حيشوفوا اللقاء ده يمكن ملايين مسلمين، فإيش تحب تطلب منهم لما يقروا القرآن الكريم؟
يدعوا لي يعني يحفظ لي عيني وجوارحي مشان أكمل عملي، وعمري يتقدم كثير الحمد لله. أنا الآن تجاوزت 85.
إن شاء الله. الله يطول في عمرك في البركة والخير.
ربنا يحميك من كل شر.
آمين.
ربنا يسترك دين ودنيا وآخرة، يستر عيالك، ربنا يوفق أولادك، يحفظ زوجتك، يعز المحبة بيناتكم. الحمد لله رب العالمين.
الله يخليك. تسلم يا شيخ.
So there you have it. That's the calligrapher Uthman Taha. Really an amazing human being that still lives in this ummah. It's really an amazing person that's living amongst us today. And you never think twice about the Mus'haf. That's just the fact of it. You never think twice about it. But there it is. Now, from the ayats that we recited from, involve the Surat Yasin, which we haven't talked about yet. That Surat Yasin has in it so much of a summary of our deen, and that's why in it it's known as the heart of the Quran. Surat Yasin, Qalbul Quran. Why is it the heart of the Quran? So why is anything the heart? Right? Surat Yasin is the heart because in it is the origin of everything that gives life. And when you call something the heart, it's the origin of everything that gives life. The heart is the origin of the blood, right? So the blood comes, gets pumped out of the heart into everywhere else. So why is it known as the heart of the Quran? Because the themes that are in Surah Yasin are in fact the themes that give life to a person's deen thereafter. And it gives life to their aqidah, and it gives life to their action. So if you look at the themes, the first thing is it points to the Quran itself. It's one of the 29 surahs, or one of the surahs that begin with the 29 huruf, the huruf that are muqatta'at, such as alif lam mim, hamim, all right, yasin, qaf, noon. All of these surahs, the first verse right after those letters is a reference to the Quran. Every single one of them. All right. Alif lam mim, dhalika al-kitab. Right. So Yasin eventually, it immediately points to wal Quran al-Hakim. So this is one of the reasons it's the qalb al-Quran. It points directly to the Quran, and then it points directly to the messenger. Innaka lamin al-mursaleen. Okay, and then it points to Islam, ala siratim mustaqim. So these three, it points to the Quran and to the messenger and to the deen of Islam. Right. So right there in the first 4 verses, okay, or the first 3 right after the muqatta'at, right after Yasin, the letters, the huruf, is the summary. This is what we need: Al-Quran and the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the deen of Islam. Now, if one of the things you notice, someone who lives a long life in the deen of Islam, you start to understand the nature of ni'mah. And one of the things that really thought about in that interview with Uthman Taha was that, look at the dua that he gave to the man afterwards, right? The dua that a man like him, who's 85 years old, he's born Muslim, must have seen so much, right? Understands the summary of the ni'mah of that Allah gives in this life. And we confuse the ni'mah sometimes. The ni'mah that Allah gives is, number 1, sitr. A sitr, he said Allahumma sturak, right? A sitr it's number 1, it's protection. It's a veil. It's a protection from falling into sins, and a protection from the exposure of the sins that we do. When we do commit sins, right? We need to be protected from those, from the exposure, from the humiliation. So nothing is worse than humiliation, right? To be humiliated and your sins exposed. It's one of the things that's like a type of punishment. He asked for that. Then he said, may Allah protect you, protect your deen, right? So deen is the first thing. Personal reputation is the second thing. Okay. And then he goes into the kids. Your wife, put love between you and your spouse, and then protect your children. Right. And that's really the summary. If anyone thinks that there's a ni'mah outside of that, that you would willing to sacrifice those things for that, you're making a big mistake. Many people make that mistake for their career. But it's people who live a long life in Islam. We need to take look at how they view the world, because that's the right view. And that's really the priorities are right. They're looking at the world from a bird's eye view. And that's as-sirat al-mustaqim, the straight path. It's really more like an upwards. If you see the direction of my mouse, it's not a path like this, but it's more like a path like this. It's going upwards. Sirat mustaqim. So if you stay on that path, right, how high do you go up? Okay, you go up way high up without realizing it over the years. So now when you turn and look back, you see the real themes of life. Well, what's really important in life? Nothing is more important except your deen, your personal reputation, and your family. If you have friends, that's an addition on top, right? Friends is really an addition on top. They come and go, right? And hopefully they don't come and go, but family is really what's the most important thing. If you can have a community of friends that you can keep for years and years and years, that's a big ni'mah. Now, after this, he mentions a lot of, Surat Yasin mentions a lot of descriptions of the Qiyamah, okay? Descriptions and that are mukhawwifa, right? That are scaring, so that would scare a person, all right? That would scare a person. And that's very important. That's the foundation. The foundation is that we have to have fear of the consequences of our actions. But then he goes straight into the dawah, right? Straight into the dawah. So again, if you look at the Meccan surahs, they're all about the foundation, which is fear of the consequences of shirk and kufr and sins, etc. So Surah Yasin gives us that in the first page. This is why it's the heart of the Quran. It's just it's straight to the main themes of a person's Islam, a person's iman. And then he goes straight now into da'wah, because our action is da'wah. The ummah of Islam, this is what we're bringing. Number one is what we're bringing, right? I mean, many people, they try to show Islam. Well, Islam is a religion that came and helped the animals. Islam is a religion that came and it helped the environment. Islam is a religion that came and brought a lot of art, but that's not the goal of a prophet. I mean, a lot of people can help animals. That's nice. A lot of people can help the environment. A lot of people could bring art. Okay, a lot of people, but what the prophets are bringing is tawheed. This is the most important thing, and this is why, to me, right, the idea that people love you and they accept Muslims, but they don't accept tawheed, then what's the point? Have we succeeded? If everyone says, okay, let's all live together in harmony, we accept Muslims, you practice exactly how you want to practice, right? And there's only one trade-off, is that we will never accept your tawheed, but you guys can live comfortably. You can even have your sharia and have sharia courts and everything, except one thing is, don't speak to any person outside of Islam, and we will never accept your tawheed, right? We should say no to the deal. We have to say no to the deal. We'll say rather, no, we'll trade off. We have to theoretically accept discomfort in exchange for being able to do the dawah. And this is what is on the second page. Ashab al-Qaryah, إِذْ جَاءَهَا الْمُرْسَلُونَ, the people of a city who's received messengers. And it is said, Wallahu alam, is that they were Sahaba of Sayyidina Isa bin Maryam after his death. That after his death, these people came up, after his rising, because we don't believe in his death in the first place, that he died on the cross. Rather, بَلْ رَفَعَهُ اللَّهُ إِلَيْهِ, rather Allah raised him, okay, raised him and did not kill him. Nor was he even scratched on the cross or have any experience of hardship or pain on the cross. So these two companions and the Sahaba of Sayyidina Isa are not known as Sahaba, they're rather called Hawariyin, because they were so few and they were so close to him, right? So what's the difference between the word Sahaba, companions, and Hawariyin, disciples? The Sahaba, that word is far more general, right? It's far more general. And so therefore you can have a man who met the Prophet once, he's a Sahabi. A man who did not ever meet the Prophet, but was in the same room as the Prophet, was in the same space as the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, such as at Hajj. He was at Arafah with the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There were 120,000 people at Arafah, right? You might ask, well, how did they know? Was there someone counting? No, they know by how much food was eaten, how many animals were slaughtered to feed the people. That's usually how numbers were calculated by the Arabs. For every camel, it represents 100 people. So if they slaughtered 120,000 camels to feed the people, 120 camels, that's 100 I mean, I'm not a mathematician. So 120,000, take away 2 zeros. So 1,200 camels, okay? Whatever the math is on that, add 2 more zeros. So that would indicate to you that there were 120,000 people there, okay? So that's how they judged. So to be a Sahabi is far more general. And that's because the Prophet did have so many followers. But Sayyidina Isa did not. He did not have so many followers. He had very few followers. And so all of them were close to him. Therefore, they're called al-Hawariyin, disciples, because he raised them. They lived so closely with him and he knew them intimately. And that's not the case for every Sahabi. Not every Sahabi knew the Prophet. I mean, we have Sahaba, we don't even know their names, right? How many times you get a hadith that it says a Bedouin came to the Prophet ﷺ and asked him 2 questions and left? All the time, right? Especially in the last year or so of the Messenger ﷺ's life, that so many wufud being the groups that have been sent from different tribes. Right? Every tribe is sending a group of people to go take Shahada, learn a few things from the Prophet and come back. Right? Give your loyalty to the Prophet, make him know that our tribe has accepted Islam. Okay? And so we don't even know many of them, their names, but the Hawariyin we know. So it said that a couple of them came upon a village and decided to settle in that town or village, and they went to give them the da'wah. Ashab al-Qaryah. So it's a small village. It's not even a big city. إِذْ جَاءَهَا الْمُرْسَلُونَ. Okay, 2 people came, a couple people of them came. إِذْ أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَيْهِمُ اثْنَيْنِ. In the beginning, how many were they? 2. فَكَذَّبُوهُمَا. They said, no, you're liars. فَعَزَّزْنَا بِثَالِثٍ. We strengthen them by a 3rd one. 2 is vulnerable, right? You're only 2 people. Maybe you're friends, maybe you agreed upon something. But now you get a 3rd, now you have a strong number. فَعَزَّزْنَا بِثَالِثٍ. So the 3rd person is a stronger person. فَقَالُوا إِنَّا إِلَيْكُمْ مُرْسَلُونَ. They said, here we are, we have a message for you. قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا. You're just human beings. ما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون. Allah has not sent anything and you're liars. Okay. Now it's unknown that maybe these people were Jews, that in which the message is about the new prophet, not even about anything else, but Allah, it's not really, there's no clarity on that, whether or not they were from the Jews or not. Okay. Now if you look, what is their attack? Their attack is, you're merely human beings, just like us. But how does that change anything? That's like one of these logical fallacies. There are a lot of logical fallacies that people bring. Let me bring you the most obvious logical fallacy, which you yourself may have brought upon your own self. You yourself may have said this to yourself. And that logical fallacy is, you're only a Muslim because you were born a Muslim. Have you ever, thought about that even? If I was born a Hindu, would I be like a religious Hindu? If I was born a Catholic, would I be a religious Catholic? Right? Would I just be Catholic? So am I Muslim just because I'm born Muslim? Now, why is this a logical fallacy? Because the truth does not change based on how it's given to you. So let me ask a question to this person, hypothetical. Okay, so you're saying that I'm only Muslim because my parents Muslim. Does that change the fact of whether Islam is true or false? So let's go one step further. You, as an independent person, let's say your parents teach you nothing. You go and you discover the truth, right? You discover the truth. And you embrace that truth. And you marry another woman who also embraced that truth. And you have kids. Will you not teach them that truth? I mean, you went and spend this year, half your life traveling the world, discovering the truth. You finally discovered the truth. Aren't you now going to teach it to your kids? Okay. Then a stranger comes along and tells your kids, what are you upon? And they said, we're upon the truth. Oh, really? Where'd you get it from? We got it from our mom and dad. He says, no, you're only upon that just because your mom and dad are upon that. So is something any less true because it's passed down in families, right? It doesn't make it any less true. It's as true as if anyone, actually irrelevant. How it's given to you is actually irrelevant. So this is one of the logical fallacies that many people face, especially in a diverse community. We look around, only 50 yards away is a family of atheists. 50 yards the other way is a family of Jews. 50 yards in front of us is a family of Hindus. And you start wondering, okay, their kids are Hindus, or their kids are they have no religion, their kids are Catholics. So are we just passing it down here? We say, yeah, you are passing it down, but that has no impact on whether it's true or false. We would say, as a Muslim, you're fortunate, you're gifted that Allah Ta'ala gave you parents and saved you from the search. But if you want to go search, actually, what does the Quran say? The Quran says, go travel the earth, study every religion, study every philosophy. Go and look at in the open market of ideas. فَبِأَيِّ حَدِيثٍ بَعْدَهُ يُؤْمِنُونَ. But if you study this word and you look at the life of a Muslim, okay, and you look at how it's applied, because it's not just about the idea. The idea is useless if it has no real life application. And Islam has a global application that is pretty much one overall application, in the sense that you're not going to have two people differing on the divinity of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We all say he's a basharun, he's a human being, and he's a rasul. You're not going to have two people differing on the amount of gods that we have, or the name of God. Okay. You're not going to have two people differing on the book of Allah. You're not going to go out to find the Quran and find 5 different versions of the Quran and be confused. I'm telling you, these very simple things, you cannot find all of these in any other single religion, in any other single one. That just this very simple list, which you're like, that's obvious, right? It's obvious. We have one Rasul, we know he's a human being and not a God. There's one God and we know his name is Allah. There's one book and it's the Quran. And I challenge anyone to go find on the market, easily accessible, okay, or anywhere, a false version of the Quran. Go to any library where they collect these old manuscripts, right? You can't find one. A falsely written Quran with tahrif, find one. And and then add to that, okay, if it's true, it should be everywhere, right? Add to that the factor of a deen that's everywhere in the world. Literally, if you go to Chile, if someone says drop you in the southernmost country, tip of Chile, I guarantee I'll find the masjid. There's Palestinians there, we know that. Go all the way east to Japan and China, you'll find masajid there. All the way west to Seattle, Washington, Vancouver, Hawaii, you'll find masajid there, right? The word of Allah has spread. I'm giving you 4 or 5 very simple factors that every Muslim takes for granted. You don't have that in any other faith or philosophy. So how you received something has nothing to do whether it's true or false. All right, so that's one of the fallacies that people bring forth. And then the Quran always brings this other fallacy. You're only human beings, right? قَالُوا مَا أَنْتُمْ إِلَّا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُنَا. So wait a second, who do you think is going to give the message to other human beings? You think Allah sends down an angel? What would be the response if Allah sent you an angel? We'd say, hey, listen, you don't have desires. You don't have to go make money. You don't make mistakes. How can I take you as an example? Right? You need another human being to lead human beings. Right? So then وَمَا أَنزَلَ الرَّحْمَنُ مِنْ شَيْءٍ إِنْ أَنْتُمْ إِلَّا تَكْذِبُونَ قَالُوا. And then here's the thing, the negation. Do you know that when you negate something, okay, and you insist upon a negation, it's equally a leap of faith and a step of faith as if you had denied it completely, or had accepted it completely. So the atheist is as much taking a leap of faith than anyone else, because I actually have a lot of respect from some of the new agnostics. Now, the atheists have gotten so extreme in this country and in England that they're actually turned a lot of people off. So a lot of people are turned off by the atheists. But a lot of people are more like agnostic, and that they consider themselves to be fair. And I consider them to be fair too. And they said, listen, we're not going to tell you to believe in God, but we can't make a firm statement that that's not a possibility, because that's not fair. I think that's a completely fair statement, and they may be guided and open to guidance. They basically did not shut the door. And that's the first step. That's a good step. So they said, listen, I mean, I don't necessarily feel compelled to believe in a God, okay, or to believe in any religion, but I have no reason to lock the door either. The atheist is locking the door. Why are you locking the door? It's possible, right? It's rationally comprehensible. I mean, it's rationally possible. So why would you lock the door? So the agnostics, this new type of approach, is a lot more fair, and it's basically saying, I mean, I can't deny it. I leave the door open to that, right? So that's a lot fairer. And if people were upon that, at least they didn't lock the door. So that's much better. And so here they locked the door. Allah did not reveal anything, and did not, and you are not telling the truth. But I mean, how do you prove that? How do you prove a negative? Okay. So قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون. So what can you say? Allah knows. You know, that's what they said. وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين. All we can do is give you a clear message. That's all we can do. And that's what all over the Quran is. لست عليهم بمسيطر, right? إنما أنت نذير. All you can do is spread the message. You can't control the reaction, and you can't let yourself not spread the message because you know that you're going to get a bad reaction. وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم. Now here's something that happens to mu'mineen. They give the da'wah, and what happens after they give the da'wah? A lot of bad things started to happen to this village when they were rejected. When they rejected the Hawariyin of Sayyidina Isa, the 3 disciples of Isa were rejected. Droughts started to happen. Their animals started to die. So what did they say? Tatayyarna bikum. I think they said, you're the reason for all this bad luck, this bad fortune. All right? لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم ولمسنكم منا عذاب أليم. If you don't stop, we're going to punish you. قالوا طائركم معكم إن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون. Said, your bad luck, your bad fortune is with yourself because you rejected the truth. That's your bad fortune. And so it may happen that Muslims are blamed at some point, all right? And there's a connection. There is a connection. Because when you're happily ignorant, and we're going to close with this, we can finish this tomorrow because we've gone too much time now. When you're happily ignorant, Allah doesn't take you to account for anything. You're ignorant. You never received the message. So you're in the, like, ignorance is bliss at that point. But you can't leave people upon ignorance. You got to show them the truth. It's their right. The truth is the right of everyone to receive. So, but once you receive the truth, if you reject it, now you're in bad standing, right? Now you've done something that negates your fitrah, that negates your intellect, and ultimately it negates al-haq with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So now you become open now to false, to punishment. So imagine someone steals a loaf of bread, right? Let's say hypothetically. Let's make it a lot worse. Someone steals from the register of your company, of the store, right? You're going about your day. You don't know who stole. So, okay, it's bad news. Someone stole. You come to learn that your best friend in the store is the one who stole. Now everything about you has changed. Even physically, you will change. Your heart's going to start pounding. This is a piece of information. I wish I didn't have it. You might think to yourself, now I have a responsibility. Evidence has come to you, right? Someone passes you off a video, sends you an anonymous email of your best friend stealing. And now you have a video of it. Everything's changed for you, your whole situation. You cannot anymore say that you're the same. You're not the same. You possess on your shoulders now a burden. If you delete that video, you're a criminal. If you pass it off to the boss, you're waging war. You're waging war with your best friends because you had to sell them out. Okay? You had to expose them. If you do nothing, you're a criminal, right? So you actually end up being forced to take some action, and you reach the fork in the road. Okay, you can talk theoretically about turning right and left, and you can disagree, but if the road is straight, it's nothing but theory. As soon as you actually hit a fork in the road, you have to choose right or left. And so this is what happens to people. They're so blissfully ignorant and not neither receiving guidance nor punished and not being taken to account by Allah until that valuable piece of information is given to them. Now, some people actually say, you know what, weren't people better off just not given any dawah so that they don't have the opportunity to reject it? Maybe, but that's not up to you. Allah has commanded us, has obligated us to spread this message. So we have to spread it, right? You should spread it in a way that people can receive it. Now, one of the worst ways is to spread it in a way that people think you're crazy. And we shouldn't do this, right? So I'm not a big fan of knock on your neighbor's door and say, here we go, we'd like to invite you into the religion of Islam. No, you got to know the culture of the people and to give them the message in a way that they can accept. Today, if someone knocks on my door, I know that these are like Baptists or something, or what's the other group? It's another group that the Jehovah's Witness. Okay, I'm sorry, Majanin, all right? It's not this. You're people that you don't have a reputation, so your reputation has preceded you, and it's a negative one. Now I want to go, and I'm going to go now and do dawah in the same method that these people have. They've tarnished the idea of knocking on people's doors for good, forever. So don't go knock on people's doors. Likewise, there's so many different ways you can do dawah in the negative or the positive. But point being, it is the right of people to know their Lord. It's their haqq. You cannot deny them their haqq. Just like is it not the right of the boss to know who's stealing from his store? That's his money, right? He's hired you guys. It's his money. It's his right to know who's stealing. Likewise, it's the human being's right to know who created them, and their right to know where the guidance is. Just because you think that they're gonna reject it, and now all of a sudden they're responsible in the sight of Allah. That's not an excuse. So by Sharia, we're not allowed to do that or to think like that. And I'm telling you, many people think like this. Many people say, you know what, the people are good as they are. Let's just leave them as it is, because I know that if we give them the truth, they're going to reject it. So anyway, with that, we'll finish this story of the story of Yasin and why it's called the heart of the Quran. We'll finish that, inshallah, another time, which is going to be tomorrow, bi'idhnillah. Because in Ramadan, there are no days off. And with that, we can open up now if people want to give some comments or questions. We could do that. First question is from Nazli Iqbal. Which book are you reading from? The wird that we recite from is called Al-Wird Al-Latif. Okay. Al-Wird Al-Latif lil Imam Al-Haddad. And if you shoot over an email, we will reply with that wird. The email is mbic.clips, okay, at gmail.com, and we will send you a copy of the wird. Okay. mbic.clips at gmail.com. We will send you a PDF copy of the wird, and it's a good practice to do. All right, so we'll give you all a second while you see if you have any comments or questions, because again, we don't do this at night. There's no time anymore. And I don't know if after Ramadan, if we're still in the lockdown, which we will be, actually. Pretty sure we will be, because I think that the governor, he's extended the lockdown for another period of time. But I guess we'll be back to the community updates afterwards. Fatima Ahmed says, regarding reciting Yasin 40 or 41 times, is this from the hadith, Amal Saleh, to fulfill a need or help with trial? Anything, the number 40 tends to be a number that, is one of those numbers that's for all things, but there's nothing specific about that. You're just going to basically have a lot of khair. You could, but if you have a need, reciting it once and you continue to recite it until you feel that your need is taken care of. So there's no set number in terms of the sunnah. There's no set number in terms of the sunnah. Like something specifically the Prophet said, no, there isn't. But again, there's nothing that would prohibit you from reciting it as many times as you want, right? For the qada or of your hajj, for the fulfillment of your needs. All right, if there's nothing else and we're good to go, جزاكم الله خيرا, سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك, نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت, نستغفرك ونتوب إليك, والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر, والسلام عليكم.